Okay, guys, good morning. So, my name is Asif Pradani, and I'm starting this channel called Behind the Screen. And I'm going to show you some of the uh, very good techniques and knowledge about what is happening, what you have to learn behind the screen. Behind the screen will tell you a lot about what is exactly you see on the screen, but what is happening behind the screen, and everybody wants to know that, right? So, for the today's lecture, today's class is about Mac operating system. So, what is actually a Mac operating system, right? Mac operating system is operating system that controls your data and files on your MacBook. A lot of people are using MacBook for a long time, but hardly you have seen this kind of screen before, right? Some people don't know what is that. It's called terminal. And what is that terminal about? So I'm going to tell you what actually is a operating system. So operating system is actually a file system where you can create your folders, files, documents, movies, and save it and store it in a program or in a folder. And you can also install your application program. For instance, right? So if you go to the Finder, you will see all of these videos here, right? And you don't know what are these, all documents are in the recent folder, right? You can go to desktop, you will see some of the video files, right? Movies. If you go to documents, you will see some of the documents here. If you go to download, you will find some files in download. Now if I want to create a folder on desktop, I will just create a right button, right, and create a new folder named maybe Soulful Explorer Data, right? Now you see this folder is not desktop. Now if I want to see this folder somewhere behind the screen, this is very important to learn, right? How we will see that? So there is one thing called a terminal, right? So if you want to open a terminal, this is a terminal. I'll tell you how to open it. When you want to open a terminal first time, you can go in the Windows section, in the Go section, and you can see all these are your documents. All these are your folders, right? Like document folder, desktop folder, right? If you go to desktop folder, you will see this Soulful Explorer data is here, which is also on your desktop. Okay, so this is same thing what you see. But now I'm going behind the screen. In order to open a terminal, you have a terminal icon here in the tray, or when you press command or space, you will see a hotspot, right? This is called spotlight. Sorry, not hotspot, spotlight. Here you can search terminal, and then you can select this terminal. Now you are behind the screen. This is called the your console, right? Now here, if I want to find out this folder, how do I find out? So when you want to list all your files, because this folder is also a file, this movie is also a file, and any image on your computer or on a MacBook is a file. So if you want to see your file, you will write ls command. Ls means list. And you see there is a desktop folder, there's a download folder, that's a movies folder, and the pictures folder. These are all folders. Now how do I know these are folders? If you write ls-l, it will tell you D before every folder. D means directory. Directory and folder are synonymous, right? In disk operating system or other operating system, we call it directory. Like Linux says directory, Windows says folder. Even MacBook says directory, right? So desktop is a directory, means a folder. Now I want to go to desktop folder because I want to see where I am right now. So there is a command in MacBook behind the screen, pwd, print working directory. It tells you are in the Soulful Explorer, right? That's the folder again. So you want to go to desktop, right? How do you go to desktop? You will write cd change directory desk, and then you press the tab key, it will write top for you, means the remaining words, remaining letters. And when you press enter, you are on the desktop now. Now if I write ls, means list files, you will see this Soulful Explorer data is here in this directory. Which directory? Print working directory, in the desktop directory, which is under Soulful Explorer, which is here and which is actually this. So whatever you put on your desktop, you can see in your terminal. So when you write ls, you see only one folder here, right? Only one folder here, right? But you see two other movie file, which is these two. Now if I put any of the data here, if I save any text file here, let me save one text file here, right? How do I save text file? I can create a text file, I can create in any document, right? Or I can copy from some other folder, right? So let's copy from the or let's download something from internet, right? So I can say download, or just go to Google and search for any images, right? Let's say I can write here, I can search for any image, car image. You get this car image, right? And you want to right click and save this, save image as, and I'm going to save this in the desktop folder, right? So this is an image I'm saving in desktop folder. Now you see I have this image here, you can see here, right, which is on the desktop. Now let's go behind the screen again on the terminal, clear all this thing, right? ls. Now you see this pixel mic birdie is behind the screen, which is here. Now if I drag and drop inside Soulful Explorer, now if I write ls, it's gone from here, but it is inside Soulful Explorer data. If I go and write cd Soulful Explorer data and if write ls list files, you will see this gpack is here. What I mean to say, some people think that learning to use computer is enough. What I say, you have to learn something behind the screen. This is the terminal, that is actually a console. And the commands I'm writing, ls, pwd, cd, these are the commands that operating system understands. So this is actually all the file management we are doing, this folder and files. This is the purpose of operating system, that you can create a folder, you can move a file from one place to another. So if you learn something about terminal and something about these commands, then you are going towards little technical, and which is very important for a person who wants to come into IT, to learn something about the terminal or learn something about the operating system. Because the operating system which you have right now on your computer will teach you more into depth of the terminal and some other operating system as well. When I started my career in 1989, 1990, I started with MS-DOS and then Linux and then Windows, and then I again used Mac. So these are all operating system I have been using long time. And then finally you have used Android operating system, which is Android phone, and iOS operating system, which is iPhone. So you need to learn about these operating system first, because if you want to get into computer science or in computer field, or even non-technical person who wants to learn something about computers, they should know a little bit about operating system. So guys, thanks for watching this first series, and I'll give you update on the next one. Stay tuned. Thank you very much.